What's up, guys? So with Konami's diabolical presentation on Wednesday, I expected very negative sentiments around this game today, but I actually did a poll on my live stream and 62% of people actually say this update is better than before. Now, I'm going to talk about, is this going to last? Is it a honeymoon period? Or have they actually changed this game for the better? Now, I streamed for 11 hours yesterday, so I got plenty of experience on the game. But again, don't know what's honeymoon period and not, so I'll do a proper review about a week from now after the dust has settled, because I do know a few issues that I think will be problems once the community kind of figure out what's going on. But bottom line is, I had a lot of fun streaming yesterday. One thing that's definitely changed is pace. So the game is slower overall, but faster players are a lot stronger. And if you watch this goal here with Van Nistelrooy, you can see when I'm true on goal, when I slow down, the opponent overshoots and I have a free shot on goal. So before in eFootball 25 in the previous patch, when his centre-back comes across to cover here, if he just holds matchup, it doesn't matter if I continue going fast with Van Nistelrooy towards the left or slow down and go towards the right like I do. His matchup will cover both and he'll get the ball. What you really have to do in the old game is get very close to Beckenbauer, wait for the tackle animation start, and if you can time it well, break out of it. Whereas now there's a little bit more, theory and, basically game knowledge on, what is the appropriate dribble here. So I actually really like that I was able to use a striker like Van Nistelrooy. But the thing is, at the start of this game last year, eFootball 24, I was also using Van Nistelrooy, and he was my favourite striker in the game last year. And it's because I think at the start of every yearly release cycle, they make these type of gameplay changes, make it more skill-based, make it more fun, so everyone plays the game, and then eventually, after a couple of weeks, they ramp up the kind of BS, and then make it so that you get frustrated and think you need to buy all the new cards that come out to upgrade your team and get that experience that you were having in the first few weeks back. There is a new animation for opening packs. I don't really like this because you kind of figure out who you pack straight away. There's not as much suspense. Like, it does look cool, but I do think that's a little bit of an L. But look, I don't really care about packs or the pack opening process too much. Of course, they added new chop turn and Marseille turn. So this is the new Marseille turn with Yamal here. I don't know exactly what skills are needed to trigger, because there's like, I feel like just 3 or 4 new animations. But I do have a theory that this new Marseille turn overhaul is actually an indication that Zinedine Zidane is going to be coming into the game. It's kind of a wild theory, but it would be interesting, because I have heard some rumors that Zidane is coming. Now, one of the biggest reasons why I think people are liking this update more, it's because of physical. So when the new physical came out last year, I thought it was terrible and I couldn't stop complaining about it. A lot of people were saying, but it's realistic. I mean, yeah, it kind of looked good. It looked more visceral, the game. It looked more physical. But the thing is, it made the game worse because you weren't playing the game anymore. You were getting stuck into animations. This clip here with Ronaldo is a very good example, though, of someone using their physical, but me still being in control of the player and being able to continue making choices. So when Rijkaard comes to put pressure on Ronaldo here, after a great ball from Xavi into him, instead of getting stuck and slowing down, he just holds the player off and gets a shot off. Now, hopefully, I don't know why Ronaldo missed. Is it because he's inconsistent? Because that Ronaldo is inconsistent. I wouldn't mind if it's because the defender actually put the pressure on, but we'll have to get more experience with the game to kind of get a feel for that. The new managers are cool. Mourinho, you can use them. Kind of pans into the crowd behind them. It does look cinematic, I'm not gonna lie. I have another example of the physical system with Messi, and it's also pace, so fast players are now faster. And this goal here, I wouldn't have been able to score before, because I know that Messi would have just got slowed down by Van Dijk under any pressure there and wouldn't have been able to get a shot off. But now, because he's fast, he's able to kind of stay ahead of Van Dijk and score a beautiful, typical Messi goal. So I think this is the reason why people are enjoying the game again. So hopefully this stuff sticks and Konami don't go ahead and mess with it in the future. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, there is problems with interceptions. And I had another example, I didn't clip it, where it actually worked in my favor about 30 seconds after this. So I switch into the defender here and it still doesn't get intercepted, and it's Maldini. So it's not like, it's a poor defender and you can kind of write it off like that. Now, I've read that pass, like, clearly, in my opinion. I wouldn't be interested if anyone disagrees. Like, maybe you do, but I think I should get that pass. Like, obviously I can't say 100 times out of 100, but it should be like, 999 times out of 1,000. Like, that should be. And maybe, nah, it's to be honest, I was gonna say maybe it is like that and I got unlucky. No, there has been a couple of instances like this. It is more about like 95 times out of 100. So it is overall still, consistent, but just some issues there. Like, I don't know, my opponent had the same issue, but we did slow it down and watch my opponent. Now, he never switched into a centre-back, so I don't have as much sympathy for that. But if you switch into your centre-backs, you should pretty much always get the ball. We had a kind of weird example with a goalkeeper, a handball, and doing a handball, and this wasn't called as a foul. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a netcode thing. Again, it's probably not a big issue, but it would be interesting because I then a couple of minutes later in the same match just dragged my keeper out again. And while this one we did slow down, it didn't look like it was in the box, or sorry, it didn't look like it was outside the box. It looked like it was inconclusive basically. But I wonder if there is a glitch with handballs with keepers. So I'm gonna try test that again on stream and see what that's like. But whenever these new games come out, I kind of go away from meta and try more realistic formations, and I can confirm that while fullbacks are good, they're still broken, and people won't use formations with fullbacks. They're gonna stick to the either using three at the back or putting defensive instruction on their fullbacks. So if we just analyze this here, when I pass the ball back to Maldini, I've got a easy pass to my right centre back Baresi, who will have an easy pass to his fullback on his right hand side, which is Thuram. Now Silvestre is at the top of the screen. He's an attacking fullback, quite pushed up, and Thuram is a defensive fullback, and he's sitting back as a passing option. But look, as soon as Maldini receives the ball, Thuram all of a sudden then decides, oh, I need to go forward and try get on the end of a long pass. Now I played a long pass because I recognize this and recognize that if I play this pass to Baresi, I've left a 2v2 with my two centre backs against their two strikers, and one simple mistake, especially when we don't have any passing options, considering our passing option decided to go on holiday, we're going to lose the ball. So this is why, and like football games always struggle to get this right. Like it's why like fullbacks are never really incorporated. So it's a bit of a shame to see that fullbacks still haven't been fixed. Of course, it isn't an issue exclusive to eFootball 26, but it is just a shame that see they haven't improved this. But I don't have any examples of how overpowered slide tackles are, but trust me, they are overpowered, and I feel like within a week people are going to realize this and people are going to complain. People are saying that, you know, refs give red cards very easy though, so that's why it's a balance. I don't think so. But look at this red card by opponent got. Like, this is crazy. You can argue it's a foul. Ronaldo does have gamesmanship. I mean, I don't even think that's a foul, but I did like lose control of the ball, and he gets a red card for it. I think that was a little bit tough. Arguably, he's last man back, but look, it is probably a freak occurrence. But the reason I'm kind of showing this clip more is that I think within a week, people are going to be spamming slide tackles, and you're going to kind of notice how annoying they are. Ronaldo. I was using Ronaldo, and it's good to see, again, what I'm talking about with the speed thing. Like, he's able to slow down and explode out, and then, like, you know, bang it top bins. It's fun using players again. Like, I kind of feel like I have joy in the pitch again. Like, I can express myself with some creativity. I'm not just locked into normal meta stuff. And then, last but not least, I know a lot of people are curious about this link-up stuff. It does work. Like, you can actually notice it in-game. Whether or not it's effective, I don't think at least the current ones we have are terribly effective. So this is the Amarin one, and I will be making a tactic on Amarin if you're curious. So Roberto Carlos and Fox in the box. Van Nistelrooy are linking up, and you can see Van Nistelrooy holds his run very well. It's completely unmarked, like drags back there. It was unlucky on the shot, but you can see the link-up play is actually a thing in the game. But to be honest, I would say it's more on the level of like a Showtime skill, like visionary pass or something. Like, yeah, it's a little bit of a help, but you're not really going to care about it if you don't have it. Obviously, new managers could come out and that could change, but so far, I don't think there's too much reason for concern with link-up play. There might be a reason for concern with these cards, though. These cards look crazy. So I'll be reviewing these guys on stream now. If you see this video, I'm probably live. So join the stream, and I'll do a proper review of eFootball 26 in a week once that honeymoon period has ended. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.